Let's get it started and let's get it started and
Welcome to Face, episode 2. I'm here with my second very, very special guest, Nathan Nzanga.
Hello.
I'm so excited for our interview today.
It's going to be a lovely time.
It is going to be a lovely time. For those who don't know, we go way back.
Yup, facts.
Way back.
Middle school. The YMCA camp.
Would you like to enlighten our audience?
Yup. Youth in government in middle school. Jessica was a part of the Normandy Park delegation. I was a part of the Dale Turner delegation. And we got together and went to Olympia every year to make bills as young youth legislature people. But I didn't want to make a bill. I kind of wanted to just be a part of the press because, I'm a journalist.
You know what's actually funny?
What's funny?
You were really big into these word searches, and you've always been, an immaculate writer with your pen.
Come on now.
I feel like it was just another way.
Yup. Journalism runs in the blood. My older sister's a journalist. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Mayor D. But yeah, now we go together. We do our thing years later.
Look at God.
Come on now. So, what you want to chat about?
So, I feel like there's so much to chat about musically. I feel like let's kick it off with what's already out in the world, like your current portfolio as it stands. Yeah. I feel like your first release that's on Spotify is what, 2016, 2017? Around that realm?
Yeah, I want to say 2017 was the first time I had put out a song under my birth name, Nathan Nzanga, me, myself. I had put music out with my friends before, though, in 2014, 15, 16, because I started making tunes towards the end of middle school with my homies from school/camp. I went to a theater camp one summer in the 8th grade, and we did Camp Rock the musical, and we had a talent show at said theater camp. Shout out to Driftwood. And for said talent show, me and my homies Royce and Cameron decided to make a song on GarageBand, and we would perform it at the talent show. And then we made the song, and we're like, wow, making songs is fun. They were already sort of kind of doing it a little, but I don't know. I wrote it pretty quickly, and then my little brother hopped on the song, and we were like, yeah, this is fun. Let's just do this all the time. So pretty much every weekend I was either at Cameron or Royce's house making tunes. And we started putting music out and doing little gigs around the city all throughout high school.
Would you say in a sense that was a catalyst?
Absolutely. I think musical theater camp, I think my mom putting us in children's choir when we were super young. And just always playing giant Congolese choirs in the car, or Spirit 105.3 with Christian rock and stuff like that. And then finding out about T-Pain and Kanye West and Drake and Wayne and Cole and all sorts of folk. And just sort of kind of seeds were always being planted. Jessica, when did you decide to be an esthetician?
That's a really great question. I think I was in... Okay, this is actually a confession. I've always been a big skincare nerd, and I had a blog when I was in middle school. I feel like around the same time you had your Your catalyst musical moment was also my esthetician moment because I didn't know it could be a job at the time. So I was researching product, treatments, different countries, how they were like way 20, 30 years ahead of us. I was like, this is awesome. I just found it really interesting. And so I had a blog where I would talk about different treatments and products and, you know, what was new and coming in the beauty space. But of course, like, I don't know, 14-year-old me, there wasn't any like big following. So who knows? It's honestly probably still up somewhere because, you know, I'm not very good at deleting anything. Mm-hmm. And then I also had this teeny tiny notebook that was probably like 2x3. And I had all of my recipes, my skincare recipes in it, like masks, scrubs, toners, like all the things. Mm. And at some point it went missing. It's lost somewhere in the world. But when I realized it was a job, I was like, cool, perfect, found my thing. I already love this. This is going to happen. And then I went to the school and they were like, you need to graduate high school first. So the month after I graduated high school, I went to beauty school and the rest is history.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to your podcast journey. Like, this is what I'm going to do.
Do you want to share how quickly this did come about? Because you were the first person I called. I was in the spa giving a facial. And mid-facial, I sent you a text message and was like, hey, do you have time to talk on your way to band practice? I have an idea that I want to run by you.
Yep.
And that was
literally like 2 weeks ago.
If that.
Like, I'm going to start a podcast where I'm interviewing people while giving them a facial. Mm-hmm. I'm going to start interviewing local musicians and just musicians around and just talk about their journey as I'm giving a facial. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's a really unique idea. And then literally like 2-3 days later, you're buying all this camera stuff, buying all this audio stuff, buying a new laptop, just like making a giant Best Buy haul. And
I feel like other people might have sponsors to do this because it was a little crazy of a...
It was like not even 72 hours. You were like, oh, you think it's a good idea? All right, we're doing it. And you're asking everybody and their grandmother to hop on the pod. Mm-hmm. And just doing the thing, and then like you filmed your first episode like
not even a week later,
saying that this is the vibe.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
At first I was like, you don't want to like do more like, I don't know, like you were doing a bunch of research on how it worked, so mm-hmm. It was like, I don't know, I was just surprised by how quick it was, but then at the same time I was like, oh wow, she's a go-getter. This is how you should like.
I feel like
this is just how you should move.
Yeah, our creative process I feel like is a little different in that way of like we both want whatever we put out to be perfect, mm-hmm. But you definitely are one that will like fine-tooth comb everything, and also get a lot of other people's opinions on it. I feel like mm-hmm. Before it's fully 100%, and even then it's like. Never gonna be 100%, right?
There's always 85 billion things you can change with the song.
Right.
But sometimes I just need to like record the song, mix it right then and there and put it out instead of playing the, well, should we, I don't know, sometimes like, I don't know, being strategic is important, but sometimes just spur of the moment stuff just works.
Sometimes it does.
And you just sort of kind of have to learn on the way. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of timelines, going through your whole Spotify, because, you know, I do my research.
Come on now.
And again, like, Casman, when we did her interview, I was telling her, I'm like, most of her songs, the first time I got to hear it was live. And I feel like it's almost the same, somewhat the same in the sense with you, because when we first started dating, I was like, ooh, I don't really want to listen because what if it's not good? That would be really embarrassing. Like, I wouldn't be able to straight face be like, yeah, I like it. So I, like, held off listening to it for a long time. And you were like, okay, these are the ones we're going to start with. And we had a little, like, music lesson on the TV of like, okay, here's what I'm proud of, here's what you need to see. And we had like a little music video watch party in the house. And I'm like, okay, you're actually good. I can move on from this and listen to everything else. But I was like nervous at first because I'm like, okay, how do you let someone you love know, like, hey, I don't know about this?
I mean, we started, I don't know, when we watched music videos, and then a week later, I did a show with King Youngblood at Barboza that we sold out.
And that was the first show I saw.
And, like, the day after that, we went to a film festival for...
Yeah, in Walla Walla.
For enough that we had won an award at. So it was just like...
It was a big jump into everything.
I
Hard
don't know,
launch.
I didn't give you that much of an opportunity to see the whackness.
No.
Like, I feel like it was kind of... I don't know. I showed the best version of what it is and what it could be. From the jump.
So that was cool.
Do you feel like there's anything musically that you have put out? Because now I know the timeline. Like, there's some stuff you've written years and years and years ago that still is not out, but could potentially come out.
Yeah.
Is there anything? Is there anything that you do already have out that when we started dating, you're like, this might be awkward if she hears this? Because I feel like you do have a lot of like, ooh, this could be about an old relationship or about whatever. And how much of that do you feel like is like, okay, this is just me and my writing style, and some of this is sure what happened, and some of this is like, okay, this is just me like writing to tell a good story?
It's definitely a combination of both. Like, I'll take my experiences and throw them in the notebook. I'll also take just conversations that I've been having with all the folks around me.
Yeah.
And I'll throw them in my notebook. And, I don't know, if I relate to a story, I'll tell that perspective.
You know the song you put out, I want to say it's 2017, and you're like, there's a line, it's like, I would have wifed you up a year ago. And I'm like, I was thinking about it on the way over here. I'm like, you had to, I'm like, you had to have been like 15 writing this.
No, how it goes, I wrote while I was in college. No, yeah, I wrote that song the summer going into college at Malcolm's house, because Malcolm had the beat in a higher key.
Okay.
And yeah, that song was about somebody.
Yeah.
I didn't mean wife in the sense of like actual wife, but like boot up type of wife, you know what I'm saying? And it almost happened and it didn't.
Yeah.
But like we were pretty much there.
Yeah.
But we weren't, because we were moving in different directions.
Sure.
But I don't know, like this. At a certain point, I was just like, you gotta take me for me. Like, I'm gonna write about anything and everything. Like, I feel like you would have told me if you had an issue with it, so I wasn't worried about it.
No.
But like,
Well, it's just funny to look back of like, okay, I know how long some things take to be written, produced, put out, and timeline of some of these things. It's like, okay, this could all be about the same situation years later, you know? Because it's just been sitting.
How It Goes was kind of quick though. How It Goes, I wrote it and then I feel like I put it out a couple months after the fact. Like, made it with Malcolm, and then Cam lowered the key so it was easier for me to sing, and then did a tiny bit of mixing on it. But like, How It Goes wasn't that like, yeah, How It Goes wasn't one of those super long process songs. Early on, I wasn't, at least before the first project I put out, we weren't. Like, we'd finish songs and be like, okay, this is going on Spotify in 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. On the same thought process, is there any songs that you have put out or are planning on putting out where you're like, ooh, this would be an awkward family conversation at the table? Because there are a couple sneaky lines that some of these songs you've performed but haven't put out yet where I'm like, oh, my mom's here. This is a little awkward. If she caught that.
I mean, yes, like, there's a song in particular that I'm talking about just my short-lived college life, and I know it's gonna be, people are gonna be mad. Like, my family members are gonna be kind of mad, but like, I think I have to be real so I can continue to grow in that. Like, yeah, there are certain songs where honesty hour, we've been up and down, and it's just like I wrote what I felt in the moment, and it's just like, oh, that might not go over well, but like, it's art. We're cooling now. If we weren't cooling, we are good enough at conversing to be like, no. I mean, we're good in that. Wow, this is awk.
What?
I don't know. There are certain songs that you're gonna be like, is this about me? And I'm gonna be like, in a way, but not fully, or I'll be just like. No, but there are songs. There are definitely songs. They're happy songs. They're, like the song Skydive. That song, when that song eventually comes out, I think people are going to be like, oh man, what a wonderful thing they got going on. But there are other songs where it's going to be like, oh man, they were in a hard place. Thank God they got through it, because we got Skydive.
Yeah. But I think that's real. I do feel like that's real. Like, I don't think it's been 100% perfect the whole entire time, but we know how to communicate.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be here.
Facts.
What's one thing that 15-year-old you would be proud of in the space you're in today? And then one thing 15-year-old you would have been like, why did we do that way? I get it. We came out the other end, but what were we thinking?
I think 15-year-old me would be proud of the fact that we're performing and we're doing shows, and like, I've gotten the opportunity to do cool shows in different parts of the country. 15-year-old me was always like, oh yeah, by the time you're 24, 25, you had already been on 3, 4, 5 different tours. And you know, I haven't done a full out tour yet, but like, I've traveled the country doing tunes. I want to do a lot more of it, so 15-year-old me would be like, yeah, like, hip hip hooray. However, there's a lot more work to do.
And what about one thing that you're like, why did we go about it this way? Yes, it worked out, but we could have gone a different direction on that.
No such thing as losses, just lessons. So it's just like everything that...
Yeah, just a different direction. Doesn't have to be like, oh, that was a mistake, but like, that was a roundabout way to get there. We still got there.
Probably should have finished school. And gone to school for something different.
Where are you going to school for?
Communications. Yeah, mostly communications.
Okay.
It's like I was only in school for a year, but I changed shit around like multiple times.
Never say never.
Yeah, I would have just done school a lot different in that era. But I don't think I was ready to go. And I think I'd be more ready now.
Yeah.
But this feels awesome, by the way. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll put it in the tunes. I'll put my
Check back
mistakes in the
later.
tubes. Check back later. But that's why I'm happy for my mistakes. Like,
Yeah.
I get to use them as a roadmap and use them as motivation and use them as inspiration for myself and other folks. Because the story is far from finished.
Is there anything in the pipeline we need to be keeping our eyes on?
I'm just really excited about me and Daniel's album.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Daniel, when we did Mount Zonga 1, I was really excited that, like, it was something we should have did a minute ago anyway.
That's one of my favorite projects.
Thanks. Like, I don't know. I think me and Daniel bring the best out of each other.
I agree.
Like, Daniel makes me want to rapidy rap. And nowadays I've been doing so much singing that, like, the next project I put out, the next Nathan Zonga solo project is definitely going to be a pop album. But the one after that is going to be rap. But when I'm with Daniel, I just get to rap my ass off, and then, like, I don't know, like, we just get to make the best songs together. It's cool. Like, we're in an Afrobeats journey right now, so, like, me and Daniel love making Afrobeat songs and Emma piano songs right now, but we're also, like, MCs at the core, so we're still just rapping a shit ton and doing the thing. I'm excited. I feel like the songs me and Daniel do together are like energy songs. Like, they're gonna be really fun songs to perform.
Definitely.
So I'm excited for people to hear those songs.
You two feed off of each other really well performing as well.
Absolutely. Daniel's the life of the party. Daniel knows how to with Daniel being
Absolutely.
a DJ in the past 4 years or 5 years, however long it's been. Daniel knows what sonically just, like, gets people going.
Let's talk about the fitness journey.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I don't know when 100% this started. I know you and I started this journey at Planet Fitness in Woodinville.
Yup.
Like 3 years ago, basically. And I feel like you launched crazy from there. Like, this was really a huge new era for you. You're like, oh, committed to the gains.
My first, because I don't know, I didn't really care about my fitness at all in high school. And then college, by December, like, freshman 15 was a freshman 50 for me. Like, by November, December, I was like, I had put on heavy pounds, and, like, some of my roommates had a bet with me that I couldn't beat one of my friends in basketball to 21, even if I started with 20 points and they started with 0.
That's so mean.
It was like
That is so mean.
I was like, wow, that's what folks think about my athletic ability right now.
Damn.
So that's when I started running. That's when I started, like, just going to, I was, like, heavy on walks, heavy on jogging, heavy just running a lot. And then I started going to the gym. And then when I left college, I kind of slowed down on the gym, but I was still running a lot. Like, I used to run from the crib in Shoreline near Paramount to Green Lake and do a couple laps at Green Lake and then keep it pushing, or go from Paramount to Richmond Beach and keep it pushing. Like, there was an era where I was putting in miles upon miles upon miles. I became a cross country guy. So, like, there was an era I lost like 70, 80 pounds.
Good God.
And then when we started dating, I was still, like, cardio king, but I was slowing down on it. But I was, I don't know, I was trying to get strong, and you was trying to get strong, so we were like, all right, let's start this Planet Fitness thing.
I remember there was an era where we were like, Planet Fitness is it.
Because it was cheap. Shout out to Planet
It was
Fitness.
cheap.
It gets the job done for a low price.
And then you're like, okay, there's not enough free weights, or there's not enough benches, or whatever it is, depending on the location.
No, I started working at 24 and then shit, like,
Switched.
yeah.
Yeah.
That, and, we flipped the LA Fitness for a second, too.
I feel like it was Planet Fitness, LA, 24, Yeah, I think that's right.
I started working at 24, and I was just meeting cool people. Like, shout out to Rashawn. Rashawn, like, I started working out at 24, and because me and Rashawn had a cool front desk rapport, like, it was always just like dap up at the front desk. Rashawn was like, "Hey, my guy," like, it was a good, like, shout out to the foreign police, because, like, the foreign police will save your back. So
can you give us a word for word? He's like, "Hey, let's talk real quick."
No, because you go to the gym seeing what everybody else is doing, and you're like, all right, I could try that. And you try to YouTube University some stuff, but you're like, yep, I could do this. But a lot of the times you just need somebody to step by step, move that, and move that, because the way you're doing that right now is going to kill 30-year-old you.
I feel like sometimes you gotta just humble yourself and ask somebody to be like, "Hey, can you just watch me do this real quick?"
Yeah, that's why getting like
Like, you don't need a spot necessarily, but, like, sometimes it's like, let me just have someone else make sure I'm doing this right before I start really stacking up the weight.
I mean, everybody in the gym is focused on themselves for the most part, but, like, there'll be times where folks will look over and be like, that person definitely don't know what they doing.
Oh, yeah.
But
100%.
and then just keep it pushing.
100%.
You know, it's just like, I don't know.
What's one of the craziest things you've seen in the gym?
The craziest thing I've seen in the gym.
Because I know we've seen some crazy things. Oh, you want to tell the Planet Fitness story? Or no?
Oh, I don't know what I was giving off for this dude. I'm just like middle of working out, and dude comes up to me.
Wasn't it a puffer or something in the middle of the gym?
Yeah, puffer, jeans, long blonde hair. The dude walks up to me and he's just like, "Bro, you trying to smoke?"
Mid-set.
Like mid-set, like I'm middle of doing, like, I think I was bench pressing. And I'm like, I mean, I'm kind of busy right now. He's like, "I could wait." And I just like, I don't really like gnaw you, fam. But like,
No.
I'd rather not. But I don't know why.
Didn't he say, he was like, we could meet in the locker room. But didn't he say some weird thing?
1 o'clock in the morning. And he was just like, "Bro, let's smoke." I'm like, I don't know you. And like, I'm in the middle of doing this right now. All power to you, though. I was clowning. I was pretty clowning. I don't know. I feel like I'm probably the weirdest thing in the gym, you know? Because I'm just sitting there in my headphones singing whatever. And I assume everybody else has headphones, so like they don't care. But like, I'm just like mid-set, just either listening to my own thing so we can memorize these lyrics, or I'm just listening to Thames or flipping anything.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
just singing along, doing my thing, gigging in the gym.
As someone who's gone headphoneless the last several times I've been, I hear all kinds of crazy things. For that exact reason, everybody thinks everyone's got headphones on.
Yep. But I don't know. My journey's going cool. My weight fluctuates heavy. If I'm not doing cardio, I will put on the pounds with the swiftness. Mm-hmm. So when we stopped doing boxing classes with Solomon, I put on the pounds heavy. I was still lifting all the time, but like, I put on the pounds heavy. And then I started doing cardio again recently, and I'm back down 30 pounds. Got a few more to go. But I'm like, I think I'm a proper meal plan and a bunch of ab workouts away from being the sex symbol I always envisioned myself being, you know what I'm saying? I'm almost there. But I've gone super swole.
I know. I know.
I'll take pride in that. I've gone pretty damn swole.
What do you feel like's next in the fitness journey? Do you have any like boxes you're trying to check off? I feel like it just keeps going up. You're just like, oh yep, hit that.
Right now, on a good day, I can deadlift 455.
pounds.
Yup. I can squat. The most I've ever squatted was 360. I want to say 360. And the most I've benched is like 250. Yeah, 255. So, like, I want to be able to consistently do 250s. But if I could say I can bench 315, squat 405, and deadlift 500 some pounds, that'd be nuts. Like, that would be crazy. While also being a cardio king. I think I want to add a marathon onto my, like, list of, like...
Would you do a Tough Mudder?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, it's a crazy combination of things. You're, like, running, it's an obstacle course, you're, like, hoofing it through mud and, like, jumping over things. Like, it's an athletic thing.
It's not a triathlon where you gotta swim and bike, right?
No.
Okay.
It's like strictly running and an obstacle course. I feel like everyone's inner child would love this.
I mean, that sounds like a fun time.
I would do that.
I don't know if I'd be good at it at first. But
I mean, I would be bad
feel
at
like I could figure it out.
I'd be bad at the running, but I could like jump over some things.
I'm not like a good sprinter, but like long distance, I'm getting nice.
I know.
I'm getting nice. If I could do a half marathon by the end of the year, that'd be smooth. I bet I could do it. If I really train for it, I bet I could do a half marathon in the next few months. But like, yeah, if I can, before I turn 30, if I can accomplish touring, a marathon, and all of these physical feats I'm talking about with the big three. Yeah, if I can bench 315, squat 405, deadlift 500 something pounds, while also being able to run a marathon, that would be nuts. That would be straight up nuts. That'd be crazy. That's the goal.
Let's make it happen.
Yep, come on now.
While we're masking, do you want to talk about your experience filming Greatest City?
Greatest City was fun because
This might be cold.
I was with Daniel made the beat, or Daniel made the initial beat. Josh came through and helped finish it after the fact. But I remember when Daniel made the beat, I was just like, bro, I could rap about Seattle for days, man. Like, please let me get on this. And then Daniel sent me the beat, and it was the catalyst of making the rest of the album.
Really?
Yeah, cause like we had made Glimmer before then, and Glimmer's cool. Glimmer was a part of Natrop 3. And that was fun. But when Daniel made Greatest City, and I recorded a verse to Greatest City maybe like the day he sent me the beat. And it was like, oh man, you got a Sir Mix-a-Lot sample talking about the greatest city in the world type thing with the Hamilton sample and shit like that. I was just like, this is hard, bro. I don't care. I don't know. It felt like the beat was made for me when he sent it to me, because I'm like,
I'm claiming this.
I'm a musical theater guy. I love musical theater, and I love Seattle. I can rap about Seattle all day, any day. So then me and Daniel were like damn near competing with who can make the best raps about Seattle. And then from then it was like, man, we can make like a few more of these and put out a project. It makes no sense that we haven't put out a project. And then we started working on the album from there. And Daniel just kept on making beats. I think Daniel might have made all the beats for that project, Daniel and Josh. And yeah, Daniel had an idea of what he thought the Greatest City video could be. I let Daniel just be creative director of all that, because Daniel was like linking up with his friend Jared. Shout out to Jared, he shot it and directed it. Daniel and Jared were just going back and forth on ideas, and we just kept on going to our cool favorite locations in Seattle. And the night we went to Pike Place, there were just a bunch of people sitting there with a bunch of old cars and stuff like that. And we're like, hey, we just so happen to be shooting a music video right now. Could we just rap in front of your whip and Pike Place sign real fast? He's like, yeah, no question. And I was like, yeah, and Gasworks was fun too. Like, I like all of our shots at Gasworks. And I don't know, I feel like all Seattle artists should have a quintessential Seattle Gasworks shot and a Pike Place shot. Like, I don't know.
Where would you say your favorite of all time Seattle sunset spot is?
The best Seattle sunset spot.
We have tacos in the car. Where are we going?
I mean, Gasworks is like the one everyone knows. And then Cary Park is another one everyone knows. I like Carkeek. We used to go to Carkeek a lot. I like the sunset over there. Richmond Beach I used to go to all the time in a different era of Nate. Catch the sunset and other things. But,
Moving on.
yeah. Where else? Yeah, I would say Richmond Beach and Carkeek were my go-to. And the Bluff. The Bluff was all way... Yeah, shout out to the Bluff. That's North Seattle, but...
Well, and that's where...
Shoreline, but...
That's where you shot the cover art for Curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With Josh and Gomez.
Yeah, shout out Gomez. You were there too, though.
I was.
For one of the shoots.
I was there. I was there for the one that made the cover. We're over here trying to finesse all of the instruments and the jumpsuit and the shoes. Do you remember that?
Yep, that's what we did. No, that one's Nobody Matters But You. Yep, with the record player.
No, but then the one where you're in the green with the red jumpsuit. The greenery.
Yep. That was a good day.
That was all the same day.
Word? That was a good day.
That was a good day. That was a long day.
For sure.
Well, and that's when you're competing for daylight too, because that's the tricky part about shooting outside is you have such a limited window of perfect lighting.
Oh, we should have started that day 4 hours earlier.
Yeah.
But, you know, you
Still
live
made it
and you
work.
learn. Facts.
Ooh, I have a good question.
Here we go.
If you were, this doesn't exist yet, so imagine in your head. If you were to envision the next greatest outdoor Seattle venue, where would you like to see one pop up?
Richmond Beach.
Richmond Beach?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, outdoor Seattle venue.
Outdoor
sorry.
Seattle venue.
You're talking like Mary Moore type shit. Like,
Yeah. Like it would pop up, like it wouldn't be up year round. Like, okay, weather's nice, this is the new spot for the summer.
I think somebody should have a giant concert at Richmond Beach. That would be fun. That would be a fun time. But, let me think. We did a gig at Carkeek once.
Did you?
Yeah. I like Carkeek too. I just like those outdoor, what's the place in, it's either South Seattle or Renton where you could just see the water for a while. It's like Coolin Beach or something like that.
Coulon.
Coulon?
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Jean Coulon Park.
Yeah.
That's Renton.
Yeah, like there in Richmond Beach and Carkeek, I like the idea of folks gathering around and you get a scenery of the water.
Okay.
And some Seattle sunshine, so anytime on a good year, anytime between April and September. On a bad year, middle of July through August.
Okay. I can see it. How's your skin feeling?
It's feeling awesome, and it smells nice in here. And this, what do we call these goggles?
I have a cool essential oil eye compress. If we're being really, technical with it.
Yeah, it feels wonderful.
Okay, so as a local Seattle artist, who's
That's
also...
the meaning, love. That's the meaning.
What?
That's the meaning.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
Like, I am an artist from Seattle, yes, but like...
Okay, I'll change the verbiage. Okay, babe. So, as someone born and raised in Seattle in the music scene,
Yup.
how do you feel knowing that there's so much overlap? Like, everyone's interconnected. It's such a small circle. I think you have a really interesting take because you're pretty lucky. So many people you've gone to school with also pursued music. So I feel like you have a really unique, eclectic circle who's all in the same scene. Whether it's different genres or different musical gifts,
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm a firm believer that coincidences are a myth.
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel like me and everybody was born around the same, the correct time in the correct place. I think we have a renaissance going. With everybody in the North End and everybody, the South End too, just because I grew up with so many folks at church in South Seattle and Kent that it's just like there's so many of my music friends on the South End I met through there, and like we still like been rocking and rolling and doing our thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just think I think there's a renaissance of tunes right now in Seattle. I think a lot of people are starting to make noise around the country. Shout out Reed or Oblay. Shout out Yanni. Shout out Tezza and Tondo and Travis Thompson and Mosey when they were doing their thing, and Royce, and man, there's so many folks.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know so many of these people. I feel like collaborations are aplenty.
Collaboration and just like inspiring each other.
Exactly.
Shit. Like, I think. Remember when we did that gig with Nobi?
Yeah, that was at Substation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that is one of the best performers in the city, by far. Just one of the best performers I've ever seen. Like, after seeing Nobi perform, I was like, yeah. Yeah, well, like, we got the juice in the city. Like, it was just like, yeah, you gotta keep going, because folks is very, 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 very good at this stuff. And every time Reed wins, it's just like, yup, the city is going. Like, let's be happy about this. Let's keep pushing, because everybody's going. Yanni's winning. Like,
I feel like you have a really good perspective on it, as it's all a motivator and it's a team win versus like, no, I wanted that too. Like,
no, I'm supposed. Look, shut up. If that's the way you're looking at it, and not on some like, wow, hooray, there's more eyes on the city type shit.
right. I feel like as everybody comes up, it's a huge opportunity for everyone else to get more exposure.
Every W that I collect, Daniel's collecting, and Cameron and Hamoon and Josh are collecting, and like Kaz and Talea and Brandon are collecting, and Chandler's collecting. Like, I feel like every time one of us wins, we can look at each other and be like, hip hip hooray, I needed that motivation. I needed that energy. I needed that like sense of like, oh man, one of my family members just did this. It must be in me. Like, I don't know, you're a direct reflection of the people that are around you. So it's just like, I feel like I've been born and raised around winners and superstars. So it's just like, I must be something special.
That's a really good perspective to have. Do you have any goal spots in the next 2 years of like, okay, I really want to hit this mile mark. So I feel like Tree Fort's really been a big thing that I've seen more the last couple years. I mean, Capitol Block Party, like there's all kinds of different events, festivals. Like, is there anything on your aspiring milestone mark of like, yep, want to check that off in the next year or two?
I've played Seattle festivals with other groups, but I've never like we did shout out with IU. I did a few songs on their set at Main Stage Capitol Block Party last year, and that was awesome. That was incredible. I would love to do a Capitol Block Party set like Nathan Nzanga / Up Left, or just like the band. We haven't talked about the band. We got to tap in on the band, but like I wanna headline I wanna headline a
Own
festival.
it.
Yeah, I wanna headline a festival.
Hell yeah.
I want the tunes to reach enough folk that it's like, yeah. And I think it's important that for a second I leave. So when I come back, it means more.
Like a disappearance from the scene to work on things and come back full force? Like, is that kind of what you're meaning?
That, and just like, I don't know, if, say, we did a tour and did everything but Seattle.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, oh man, your shit has been blowing up. We haven't seen you in a while. I know you're super accessible right now.
You want the demand.
Like, yeah, there gotta be a sense of demand.
Yeah.
We need to see folk. But, yeah, definitely aspiring to, like, I don't know. I want to make everybody that I grew up with proud. I want to be able to, like, hop up on a giant stage in Seattle and everybody be like, yep, nothing about this is a surprise.
What's goal Seattle venue?
Goal Seattle venue
is
CenturyLink.
Yeah?
Yeah. CenturyLink.
We're doing a
Climate
stadium.
Pledge, yeah. Yeah, if you can do a stadium in your own city, that'd be nuts.
You heard it here first, folks.
Come on now. Like, we need some songs to explode to do stadiums. But like Macklemore did Climate Pledge. He sold out Climate Pledge at least 5-6 times, I think.
Jeez.
Like that's nuts.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I don't know, just having a giant moment around the world.
Sir Mix-a-Lot just did an interview saying that as a Seattle artist, you know you make it when you get to do Showbox, because you play so many like grimy venues that it's like Showbox is like the venue. Like, yes, we've made it.
Yup, definitely want to do Showbox. But I like the 300, 400, 500 cap places around here. Like,
I do too.
I like Madame Lou's type shit, but like, goal is to sell up upstairs. Like,
right.
Goal is to sell out the Croc, and goal is to sell out Numos, and goal is to sell out Neptune.
Yeah.
And like, move from
Neptune is a cool venue.
I like Neptune a lot.
Yeah.
I like Neptune a lot. I like Crocodile a lot.
You know what another one is? Paramount Theater. That's a cool one too.
Yeah.
That is a cool one.
I sang with the choir for Juneteenth.
Yeah.
At the Paramount, and we did the Fifth Ave one year too. I want to say. Yeah, that was fun.
I feel like the only thing I have a gripe about the Paramount is the bathrooms are all the way underground. So if you're above, you're walking like stairs, and all the bathrooms are like underground, first floor, below.
Yeah.
That's my one gripe.
Other than that, though, gorgeous.
Gorgeous venue.
Gorgeous.
And they have it all set up as like, what do they call it? It's like you're not in seats, you're in, they call it something else. Like, it's not called sections. You're not in section whatever. You're in, there's another name for it.
I'm not sure.
I was really confused when I went. I was like, I don't know where to go.
But I don't know. I like shout out to big city venues, but like I don't know. We got to do the O2 Arena. Like we got to do London. We got to do New York. Like we got to do like my goal. The thing I've been manifesting in my life is an international tour. Got to start national first, but
It'll happen.
like I don't know. I want to do 300 cap venues around the country. All of a sudden, that's 1,000 cap, 2,000 cap, 3K cap type thing. All of a sudden, you're doing arenas. Like, that'd be nuts. And, you know, somebody's sitting here listening to this like, that man is the president of the Lululand.
We
But
love Delulu.
all that shit, all that shit is crazy until it isn't.
I'm Captain Delulu over here.
We love the Lululand. I live in it, and
It's nice here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about the band.
The band. I'm just so excited that the band is the thing now. We've been rocking at it for a year now. But it's all the homies that I've known for years. Like, so it's Cameron on drums, Hamoon on bass, Aiden on trumpet, Josh on saxophone, Brendan on keys, Tarek on guitar, and myself singing right now. And I've known Hamoon since first grade, Josh since third grade, Aiden since kindergarten. Brendan and Tarek are newer, but I've known Brendan for like at least 6-7 years. And Tarek is the newest member to our immediate circle, but like he's been connected to Brendan for a minute, it seems. And yeah, we've been jamming, doing gigs around the city now, and it's just like the majority of us had been jamming together in either Lily's garage in West Seattle or like just like anywhere like for years. So the fact that we didn't become an official band until last year was kind of odd, but
It's been a long time coming.
yeah, because they've been producing, Hamoon, Josh, and Cam and Aiden have been producing my records as long as I've been doing this. So like, it just makes the most sense that if everybody's musically gifted, why not just do it together? Let's just do it. But
Do you feel like that ever causes conflict of we're all friends at the end of the day, but we're also in a group now where we kind of have to make decisions that affect everybody, and everybody has, you know, different opinions or different expectations? Do you feel like that's tricky to manage at the end of the day, of like keeping everybody happy and friendly, but also getting shit done?
I think it works well that we all started out as friends, because it's like, I think we've set up a relationship where nobody's a yes man anyway. Like everybody's comfortable enough to say how they feel about something without being like, oh man, what if they don't like my opinion? What if I hurt somebody's feelings? What if I step on toe? Like nobody's, because we're all friends and because we want the best product and the best version of the tunes and the best version of the band, like I think there's just a sense of like, we're in this together. Like I'm not like afraid to hurt your feelings to
Get the point across.
get the point across. Like no, but like it's,
Like everything's fixable.
yeah, absolutely.
What's your favorite group activity as a band that's not music related? Like we're bonding, we're doing something as a band, but we're not making music.
Oh, we used to hoop all the time. And like none of us are that awesome at basketball.
But like we used to get together and hoop at the local Shoreline elementary schools and Cromwell and like all the parks, just going at it for hours.
This was a sweaty time.
Yup, just hooping. And like I'm like a hybrid of LeBron meets Chris Paul meets a little bit of Draymond.
Is that so?
Yeah, like
Okay.
I'm like if you need me to collect the bucket, I'll collect the bucket. But like I'm just like the best teammate to have because as president of the Lululand, we can be down 15, but at 0 point do I think we're going to lose the game.
This is true.
Like I'm captain comeback. Like I'm always like, oh, here comes comeback story. Here comes comeback. Here comes comeback time. Like here comes the greatest story of all time. And a lot of the times it just happened because we kept on saying it. And folks would get people would get annoyed being against me because like I'm talking shit and I'm also just like I don't know, when I was Captain Cardio in my when at my best, defense is I'm just gonna be a scrappy defender who's going to try super hard for a while.
Who do you feel like is the biggest trash talker?
The biggest trash talker is definitely Zane.
Zane is not in the band.
Zane's not in the band, but Zane is bonded with us. Like Zane is
part of the brotherhood.
Zane is a part of the brotherhood. Yeah, shout out Zane.
Okay, so we have the trash talker, who is the scrappiest, most aggressive player of like, that should have been a foul, but we're gonna let it slide.
That's again me and Zane.
Mm-hmm.
like folks is
He scratched me! He scratched me!
You're playing football out there, relax! Yeah, that's folks are captain and telling me and Zane that. Josh got post moves.
Mm-hmm.
Josh got some smooth post moves, and he always killing them with the Euro step. Trey has the best jump shot.
Okay.
Trey's a shooter. Trey's Kyle Korver. But, you know,
I'm laughing like I know who these people are.
But
someone else is gonna understand the reference.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we used to hoop all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of a lifter now, but summertime's coming. Outdoor basketball runs are coming. I'm gonna start getting my handle together again. Like I miss my little era of a high school coach too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that
Coach
was a fun
Nate.
time.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
a fun time. Shout out to Malcolm and the Shorecrest girls. That was a fun era.
What was your favorite part about being a coach?
My favorite part about being a coach was I liked seeing everybody get better by the end of the year. Like that's also super fun. Like I was the C team coach, so like we had a lot of work to do at the beginning, but everybody got so much better by the end of the year, and it was just like we went above 500, so that was smooth.
Do you feel like you had a go-to motivating statement of like, this is going to get everybody fired up and ready to go?
I feel like it was different every game, kind of, but I don't know. We used to gig. We used to be just like, we used to have a little turn-up circle before the games. Like, it was hype. We was just like, we were excited. I think.
It was a fun era.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
All right, we're all done with your facial.
Word, this went by so
I
fast.
know. I'm going to bring the mirror around so you can take a peek and see how things are looking.
Oh, snap.
You ready?
Thanks.
Grand reveal.
Here we go.
Your skin looks awesome.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
All right, open up.
Ooh, look at me. All hydrated. Thanks, love. This is awesome.
You're
Thank
welcome. You're welcome.
I feel great.
Good. You smell great too.
Thanks.
You smell like the spa.
You're.
All right, we're gonna reconvene on the chairs for some tea time. I'll give you a few minutes to get changed and situated, and we will bop over there.
You're.
Oh, okay. Welcome to tea time. We're sipping. Oh my god, I'm just about to kill myself. We're sipping on a London Fog, and we're gonna dive a little deeper on the couch. Okay, I think everybody would like to know some pre-show rituals, pre-show, game day, all the things. I know you're a big runner, you love to lift. There are some like checklists for sure that happen before performance where you're like, feel my best, did my things. What do you feel like your top pre-show things are?
Day of a show,
Mm-hmm.
I have to hit the gym or at least go on a run or jump rope. Like I have to have like
Exercise.
I have to exercise on game day. Have to. It's imperative.
It is a non-negotiable.
I don't wear jerseys on stage anymore,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to wear a jersey throughout the day, at some point throughout the day, just to like
Get that motivation.
keep the spirit of game day. Like the last gig we did, I was wearing a Wembanyama jersey, you know, but and like I never in my life thought I'd wear a Spurs jersey, but like Wembanyama's Congolese, so we gotta support the gang, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta have to have a jersey,
Yep.
SpongeBob socks.
This is facts.
Yeah, have to have SpongeBob socks. Some sort of SpongeBob themed socks have always been in rotation on game day for me for the last several years. I don't know, they just bring me comfort.
Ooh, you know what's exciting?
What's exciting?
By the time this episode launches, we will have finished our cleanse.
Oh yeah,
We're starting another cleanse.
Mm-hmm.
We've done it together once. You just did another one
Yup.
a couple months ago.
Yup. It's I like to call it a quarterly cleanse now. That's the move that I'm going on. So I did one like mid-January. Gonna do one top of April. It's good to like shed yourself of all these toxins and just
Let that shit go.
let that shit go. Yeah. If you
Literally.
if you want to have the runs,
Do the medical medium 369 cleanse.
celery juice.
Ooh, baby.
1 glass of celery juice after not having it for a long time will keep you in the restroom for a while. But yeah, 9 days of juicing and not really very much solids other than fruit. But
Well,
you
here's
feel
the
great
thing.
after the fact.
The salads, we've swapped some things around with these salads because tomatoes are not really in the preference sheet over on this end. So
I hate
we-
tomatoes.
we
I'm
swap-
like
we swap-
kind of allowing them to be a part of my sandwiches now.
But we swapped the tomatoes for what?
Mangoes.
And that makes it taste way better. And then
Way
we
is
blend
a
it.
stretch. Way is a stretch, but like like better for sure.
It's kind of like mango salsa,
Yeah.
like mango pico
Hmm.
at the end of the day, without tomato.
But everything is blended the whole week. Everything's a drink.
Not everything has to be blended, but it's easier to get down if it's blended. The
Facts.
first go around, we learned that there's a lot of volume with that many greens.
Facts.
A lot of chewing.
And it's just it's a good way to introduce the cut because you know I'm gonna go on this cut before
We're getting
summertime.
sculpted.
Summertime is
sculpt.
on its way. Summertime sculpt. So I'm gonna do this juice cleanse and then I'm continuing my cut. But
We're doing it.
cutting is easier than cleansing. So
By cutting, what do you mean exactly?
what
does that mean to you?
What does it mean to me? I'm gonna try to be on a calorie deficit,
Yeah.
a
So
caloric deficit.
okay.
Try to
Are you just saying like a cleaner diet with a caloric deficit?
yeah, cleaner diet
Okay.
with a caloric deficit.
Okay, so like no fast food, cleaner eating versus like
Yeah.
some people think of a cut as like I'm not eating and I'm having 3 almonds.
No.
We're not doing that.
No, that's not
Okay,
healthy or safe.
glad we clarified.
but you know.
So I've had 3 almonds today.
But yeah, my July, I'll be like, woo!
What are you gonna reward yourself with once you hit July and you're like, summer body is here?
I'll be rewarded with my abs. like, look at all that work you did. Keep going. That's the reward.
I'm thinking like a pair of shorts or something.
I'm buy clothes so often. It's like
That's why I was like, this is fitting. What's the of your eye on? Abs. Abs are what he has his eye on.
Yep.
His own body, to clarify.
Essentially.
I have an idea. Okay, as someone who grew up in the church and also has, you know, younger cousins, do you feel like creating and putting out music sometimes can be a little tricky of balancing on like, well, this is my art and I want to put this out, but also this might come across a type of way, or like this could be an awkward conversation in the church lobby, or you know, at our cousin's house and it's like, ooh, you don't have any clean songs.
Like,
Where's the balance here?
it's so funny to me because like some people are like, Nathan, your music is safe. And just like that's borderline offensive to me. But then my cousin, like some of my little cousins, like Aaliyah was just like, Nathan, he cusses in his songs. I can't listen to, and I'm just like,
They're getting to the age they know it's cuss word.
like I'm pretty clean for the most part. I don't know. I try to stay true to myself with the tunes. So like, I'm naturally a glass half full type of person. So like, the majority of my songs are going to be in the direction of like convincing myself that everything's gonna be okay, and hopefully that inspires you to think everything's gonna be okay too. But I don't know. I try to just be myself with the tunes. I talk reckless all the time, so some of these songs are going to be a little reckless. If like, yeah, I don't know.
You feel like none of it comes as a surprise. Like, okay, I put this out here, nobody's gonna go like, whoa, he said that. Yeah.
If you know me, sure, but like some of the tunes, there's a certain segment of some of these songs that are gonna come out soon that is just like, I didn't know that side of Nathan, but like,
It's out now.
If you're around, it's not gonna be a shocker.
Yeah. Do you have a preview of what we should anticipate? Like, oh, it's gonna be this kind of topic, or?
Wow. I'll let the tunes come out and then we can talk about it.
We'll have a part 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Follow up.
Mm-hmm.
When should we be expecting new music?
Me and Dan were getting pretty damn close.
Are we thinking 2024?
I believe there's definitely going to be music out by 2024. But you'll get a project from me and Daniel. You'll get a project from just me. I think you'll get a project from Daniel. Another Treehouse project is probably going to come out too. All the homies in Chicago and Portland. Shout out Zach and Cole and Cy and Tommy and Chris and Danny and Alex and all the Treehouse family. Yeah, there will be more Treehouse music. There will be more Nathan Nzanga music. There'll be plenty.
Would you like to drop any Afro Nathans while you're on the pod to close us out?
If you're listening somewhere, I am you. You are me. We is we.
Thanks for joining us on Face to Face. We'll see you next week with our new special guest. But thanks for joining us, And make sure to follow Nathan on all social media platforms and all music streaming so you don't miss the next launch of Nathan Nzanga.